Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the new Black VTF here at T3 Live with today's market wrap up. And SPY keeps it chugging along. So, one of the things I looked at yesterday was a checklist about when things gap. And today is going to be an example of when they don't. We had the SPY open nice and quiet and then just start moving higher after the opening with a little bit of dipsy doodle in here and then going back towards the recent highs. I can shrink that down for you, but I think if you were watching the market at all, you know what it was doing. And drifting death rally back in here. So when we don't gap, as we did today, we want to look at, to start off, what evidence do we have on what direction it should be going, and looking at the sectors and looking at all the things that we know to be true. So coming in this morning, we knew that we've got this arrangement with Iran, be it how you feel. And here you can see a very clear 30-minute broadening formation in crude oil, USO. But to start the day, tried to hit it, and it came right back up. And so one of the things we're looking for overall, in the sector-wise, was how are the oil stocks going to act here? These things have been really beaten down, and we had these inside days in XLE, and you can see here XLE actually goes up on that news, so that was positive for the market out to shoot. OIH as well, and so we were looking at some of the inside days. Chevron goes inside day and up. Schlumberger did the same, and you can say, well, they're not that big of a move, and that's to be true. Did they go up? Yes, they did, and all that means is that they're stabilizing, at least today. And then once the S&P starts moving up, related to oil, we can also look at what else did we know to be true that's related to energy, and that's going to be airlines. And you had Spirit Airlines gapping down significantly, and for the most part just gapping and sitting there. But then we can compare the airlines and say, well, how are they acting compared to Spirit Airlines? And you got Alaska Air, bang, going to the highs. Pointed out that's much stronger. You have JetBlue here going bullish, engulfing on the day. CSX just had some earnings out here. It's actually popping up a little bit, and that'll be for tomorrow. But just combining the sectors, what we know to be true. So the crude oil, how's that going to affect the airlines? Do we stabilize? Yes, we did, at least for a day in the energy sector. And then if we did stabilize that, XLE, and the SPY starts moving up, we wanted to look once again at what I talked about yesterday, the sector that held up the best during corrective action down in here, IBB pow, new all-time highs today. And that's what I was talking about yesterday. I was like, you want to go after these things that can go into new highs, because anybody who's been shorting got what they wanted. They got some corrective action out of the S&P, and their stocks didn't go down. And now you got a power rally just like you've gotten used to in the last 5 years, and it's cover time. Alexion, go, Amgen, thank you. Coming off the bottom there, you had Celgene. Here, you ACAD, Ripper, all that kind of stuff was real good. And so if we looked at one that was neutral yesterday, or an inside day, BIIB, and we got the inside day and up. Now, granted, it gapped and then backed off later. But once again, if you looked at the 15-minute chart to start the day, it gaps up, it comes in. It goes inside on the 15, and that's all she wrote for BIIB in a sector that we could expect to be strong. A couple of things that went on today. Some shout-outs to the gang here that trade with us. We had the Twitter news coming out and the false news, and one of our faithful Maynard members, Flo Rida, was all over this and said this is stone cold scam. And so some of us got to the pop up, and some of us got both of them. And certainly a good shout out on the false news. And a lot of people did very well in a very short amount of time, and that's what we like to see. Another shout out to old Mark Sperling, whose pick of the week was AMBA. And we were right there with him on that, because in my weekend video also we were looking at the inside week here. And so the way we looked at it was the inside week here, first inside day and up, but just kind of backs off, doesn't really go. But then today, as it takes out the inside week, you could simply look for any inside bar, and it was beautiful. Inside 60 up, and just kept going. There was plenty of inside 15ers as well. Right here, inside 15 and up. Right here, and inside 15 and up. Right here, inside 15 and up. So good job, Mark. And we took care of business ourselves there too. So for tomorrow, when we see some of these this larger move in the broader averages, like QQQ here, And the question is, can something like this continue? This is a big move off the lows. Do we continue? Do we consolidate? Or do we reverse? And so one group of sectors that I'm seeing here on inside days is interest rate sensitive. You've got the XLU, Utes going straight inside day. You've got REITs inside, and you've got the TLT bonds all inside day. So a little indecision there on rates. We also want to look at any of the inside days that are left over today because they weren't strong enough to go to highs as the market continues to rally. Granted, they didn't go to lows either, but these are the kind of situations we want to look for a continuation or a reversal. And so if we go to tech and China and stuff, you got BABA is an inside day here. Want to see how that acts. You got Baidu with it here to see inside day. What does that do? I mean, was this the exhaustion of this move, and now it goes inside and drops back down? Are we going to try and hold and go measured move and continue? SWKS is an inside day as well. You got FEYE here as an inside day, and the Dow Jones will be watching Walt Disney World here to see if this is finally the exhaustion inside day next to the highs. DuPont, if this is just a small pop-up inside day up, then inside day and back down within the trend, or is this finally finding some equilibriums down here to try and fight its way back? UTEX also in the Dow is an inside day. And XRT Retail did almost nothing today with retail sales coming out. So we've got Coach, inside day here near the lows. Coors, Purses, too. Inside day, you love it. Macy's, Under Armour, near the highs inside day. You got Lulu, all this retail staying inside day, and DDS, which has been underperforming as well. So certainly keep an eye on that, and always being aware of the news that is surrounding the HMO sector. And we've got Aetna as an inside day, Humana as an inside day, Cigna, and they can dry up a little bit, but you know that any given time they can go. And then finally, when you consider the IBB, just stuff related that stayed inside day. VRX did, and so did CMRX. And so we'll see if those join the party or if they try and ruin it by dropping off a little bit. So hopefully that helps. Just want to know what you're coming into in the morning, and that's why preparation in the morning is always important, because you can do as much work as you want all night, and then the futures blow up one way or the other, and a lot of that research goes out the window. So you want to be aware. Are we gapping? And what's my checklist on a gap? Are we opening flat? What's my checklist on flat? Who do we know is strong? Who do we know is weak? And what's going on? And hopefully that helps point that out. So hope everybody had a good day. I did, and looking forward to getting back in the morning. Everybody have a great night. I'm Rob Smith of the In the Black VTF here at T3 Live with today's Market Wrap-Up.